So children, we come to our next topic, that is historians and their sources. Children, we have studied in 6th standard about historians. Historians are the scholars who study the past, writes about it. Now, sources. What are sources? Sources are the information found from manuscript, inscription and archaeology. Children, do you remember sources are the objects like coin, pots, pans, ornaments, tools and weapons found during excavation while digging the surface of the earth. Last year we also studied about the rulers of Gupta dynasty and Harshavardhana. In this book we will read about the following 1000 years. The historians still continue to rely on coins, inscriptions, architecture and textual records for information sources. But at time past, these were discontinued and were replaced with paper, which was cheaper and widely available to store records. It was used to write holy text, chronicle of the rulers, teaching of saint, judicial and tax records. The wealthy people, rulers, monasteries and temples collected this manuscript and placed it in the libraries and archives. Children, there were no printing press in those days. So, scribes copied manuscript by hand. Can you see there is a picture of scribe there writing? Though these manuscripts provide a lot of information, but it was difficult to use. The reason being so was that it was handwritten. The handwriting was difficult to understand and the historians were forced to guess what was written. As scribes who copied the manuscript, they also made some changes, a word here, a sentence there. These small differences grew over centuries of copying until manuscript of the same text became different from one another. Children, teacher tell you to don't copy from your friend's copy. Teacher will always tell you to copy directly from the board. Why, children? Because if your friend has made the mistake while copying, you will also make mistake, or if you don't understand his handwriting, you will guess and write the word there. As it is difficult to find original manuscript, these becomes a serious problem and we are totally dependent on the copies made by the later scribes, which is a totally different version to what the author had originally written. On various occasions, the author revised their chronicles. 14th century chronicler Ziauddin Barani first wrote his chronicle in 1356 and another version 2 years later. Both differed from each other, children, and the historians only came to know of the existence of the first version until the 1960s, which was remained lost in the large library collection. Now we come to the next topic, children. New social and political groups. It is a huge challenge for historians to study the thousand years collection because of the scale and variety of development that occurred over that period. At different moment, new technologies made their appearance. The Persian wheel in irrigation. You can see the picture of Persian wheel is given there. The spinning wheel in weaving, firearms in combat. As a result, this was a period of economic, political, social and cultural changes. We will learn about this in chapter 5, 6 and 7. This was also a period of great mobility. People travelled long distances in search of opportunities, as the subcontinent held great wealth where people could crave or make fortune. One such group were the Rajput, a name derived from Rajaputra, which means sons of ruler. The term Kshatriya was applied more generally between the 8th and 14th century, which meant a group of warriors which include not just rulers and chieftains but also soldiers and commanders who served in the armies of different kings all over the subcontinent. They had a chivalric code of conduct, extreme valor and a great sense of loyalty. These qualities of the Rajput were praised by the poets and the bards. Also, benefiting the opportunity of an age to become politically important, where the Marathas, Sikh, Jats, Ahom and castes, a caste of scribes and secretaries. Changes in the habitat forced many forest dwellers to migrate due to the clearance of forest and the extension of agriculture. So now slowly what happened? The forests were being cut out and the land was prepared for agriculture. Flattened, the land was completely flattened and was used for agriculture. Many started tilting the land and became farmers, who gradually began to be influenced by the regional markets, chieftains, priests, monasteries and temple. They became a part of large complex society and had to pay taxes and offered goods and services to the lords. So now slowly what happened? The town and the little places converted into society and then society converted into town. There were significant economic and social differences amongst the peasants. Peasants mean farmers. As some possessed more productive land, others kept cattle, and some combined artisanal work with agriculture activities during the lean season, means off season. The farmers, they used to do other activities also, like picking the pots or weaving. Some other activities were done when agriculture was not in the process. Now people were grouped into jatis and subcaste and rank on the basis of their backgrounds and occupation. As society became more differentiated, ranks were not fixed and would vary according to the power, influence and resources controlled by the member of the jati. The status of the same jati was not the same from place to place. The jati panchayat an assembly of elders enforced their regulation and rules to manage the conduct of the people. But jatis were also required to follow the rules of the villages, which was governed by a chief. Together they were one small unit of a state.